is in the ADC. And then Nigerians said, especially the supporters of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said that nobody remembers Ralph Aregbesola only until public holiday. They said when he was Minister of Interior under Muhammadu Buhari, we only hear of his name when he's announcing public holidays. Now that was the only official duty they knew him for, to be announcing public holidays. But ever since Tunji Ojo came on board, it's been a very different situation. And Choma is here to actually give me her experience. During the administration of Aregbesola, I went to renew my passport. When I went to renew my passport, I think it took me almost 2 or 3 months to get it at the time. And I had to go back to the center. It's either you do it at Alausa or Ikoyi. So I went to Ikoyi to get it. You have to go back and collect the passport with a couple of, that you have to sort out. But Chama has a different story, a different narrative. It's supposed to be like that, but I was surprised. Chama, please give us your experience from online up until when you got it.
All right, Esther, good evening. Good evening, Nigerians at home and in the diaspora. Good evening to everyone who's watching us on YouTube today or listening to us via the frequency 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent, and I'm here to give you my experience, my sweet experience with the Nigerian Immigration Service. Esther, do you know why I'm happy? Now, wow. I don't do passport though. Now, destination remain. You understand?
Okay.
So that aside. But my experience, you know how busy we get with work. I couldn't go to the immigration office to do the whole registration there physically. So when they rolled out this online registration, nobody was happier than me.
Okay.
I was so happy because I felt, okay, I finally had the opportunity to do this, because honestly, we live in a digital world right now, technology. So it's there are certain things we really shouldn't have to go to offices to do anymore. I went on the NIS website, I registered, I put in my name, gave all the information they needed. I even uploaded, my passport photograph.
Wow.
Yes,
fantastic.
Like I did everything from home. It took a while because they kept refusing certain pictures I was uploading, saying maybe the background had a certain color, they didn't like it. But after some time, I completed everything. And then when it was time to pay, they're like, okay, do you want to pay physically, or do you want to go to the office and pay, or you want to pay here? I said, okay, I want to pay online. I tick that option. And then we're like, okay, do you want to come and pick it at the office, or you want delivery? I say, from the comfort of my home, deliver it to me, because, and that happened. When that happened, I had to download a particular slip with my appointment date.
All right.
Where I'll go for my biometric capturing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, on that particular day, I was so busy with work, I couldn't make it at the time. And so I felt so bad. I made calls to the number I saw on the Alausa immigration office, because that's the one that's closest to me.
And was that where you initially went for your capturing?
Yes, that was where I later went for my capturing, because I didn't go for my capturing when I was supposed to. On that particular date, I could not go. So when I called, the person I spoke to said, okay, when you get there, if they don't attend to you, go to the Servicom desk.
Okay.
So I just wrote it down somewhere in my notes so I don't forget. He said, go to the Servicom desk.
Right.
So it took me about 2 months, Esther, to actually have the chance to go for that biometric
It's
capturing.
not like it was it was because you were busy.
It was because I was busy.
It's not like it had to do with them.
No.
Okay,
I was busy.
So it took you 2 months to go for the biometric capturing.
Yes. But what I noticed was, you on the platform, they'll tell you, do you want to reschedule your dates?
Okay.
And when you say you want to reschedule, what I noticed was they said there is no rescheduling for this center.
Okay.
So when I called the number on the NIS website for Lausa, when I called, they said, you know what, just come whenever your chance, just come.
Okay.
So on the day I had the chance, I went. And then when I got there, I met an officer, an immigration officer. The person asked, why didn't you come when you were supposed to? I explained that I didn't really have time because of work. So they said, oh, okay, let me see your documents. I showed her. I said, okay, this is good. You went and registered online. You people that used to register online, safe.
So you don't like you register? It's not for convenience.
Online, maybe quite a number of them feel like, oh, you don't want to
drop something.
Yes, that's why you are doing.
And you're not supposed to drop anything.
You're actually not supposed to drop anything. Then she told me that I need to do, if I want to fast track my passport, I need to do pagination, I be lamination, I be delineation. Can you say she called something nation? So, they said, how much does it cost? I said, 10,000 naira.
And you're not supposed to pay that amount.
I said, madam, I don't have So I started asking a lot of questions. At some point, she was like, "Your questions are too much. I beg. You know what? Go inside. If they attend to you, good. If they don't attend to you,
it's your business."
Good. So I went in. I found the Servicom desk. Apparently, where she directed me to was the Servicom desk. They also asked questions. Why couldn't you come? I explained. After everything, they didn't delay me. Esther, this thing I'm telling you did not take up to 2 hours. They directed me somewhere else, took my documents, they'll stamp something.
During your renewal, because as at the time I did my renewal under Aragbeshola. That was in 2023. No, 2022. 2022. That's when I did my renewal. Aragbeshola was Minister of Interior then. It wasn't as swift as you said yours was. How much did you pay?
I think I paid 52,500 for the passport itself because of the number of pages.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about 32 pages or so.
Okay.
Then I opted for delivery, so I paid 5,000 for delivery. But when I went there, I did everything, did the biometric capturing. They gave me a date to come in August. When I said I paid for delivery, the woman was like, "Delivery care. When you are ready, you come and pick your passport." I did office on Monday, I'll be on Tuesday, when I got a mail from a delivery company saying your passport is ready, has been handed over to us, and we're bringing it to you.
Wow.
And somebody just called me and said, "Madam, I'm outside the address you gave us for your passport." I was like, "Are you serious? This is not a scammer." I went down and visitors are fine for the something. So it's so glossy, so beautiful. Like the dividend of good government.
Okay, so Choma, is it safe to say that whenever we complain about the ineptitude of government, it may not necessarily be the person at the helm of affairs? Sometimes it's a fault of those who occupy certain sectors, certain portfolio, who are not delivering their, expediently in their jobs. Because the reason why I asked is, Nigerians are complaining about Tinubu a lot. And we said Tinubu cannot be everywhere at the same time. He has his ministers who are meant to reflect the agenda and policy of the president. The governors too, especially the APC states, they're meant to also reflect the blueprints or the supposed, I will not call it an ideology, I'll just say party manifesto of the APC, right? Which, according to them, they say is people-centered. But most of them default, they derail in their responsibility. And you have this administration with almost 50-something ministers. You cannot count how many out of the 50-something ministers are active. So there are some that are usually always in the news. One of them is Nyesom Wike. A couple of people feel that Abuja was not as it is now, that he's really doing a lot since he became the FCT minister. Well, a couple of people too don't actually buy that talk. Another person that has been in the news is
Minister of Works.
Minister of Works, well, we know it was the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway and the whole process, and the Nigerians are not even happy with how he went about it. And then the Minister of Interior. Another one, I think, Art and Culture, and that's something, once in a while she comes up. So where are the rest of the ministers? Where's Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment? Even that is even the core of our Nigerian economy. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. And nobody is calling these individuals out. Nobody is asking them, you need to come and make account of your portfolio. So the reason why I wanted you to just give us the experience, I have never ever had a situation where anything I wanted to do with the government of the day was delivered to me at my home address. It's supposed to be like that. It happens in the UK, happens in the US. They'll put it in your mailbox. So that it happened, I was surprised. And I would say if that is how it has been, congratulations, and let it be expedient. In other words, if you're not ready to collect it on the set dates, you can go when you want and your passport will be safe.
I was really surprised because I did expect that maybe they would tell me to pay for late coming or something, and it would be official. But I think I only dropped maybe 1,000 naira at one particular desk for whatever reason. They really grilled me, asked me questions. Are you sure about your parents are from Nigeria? They talked about how some foreigners from neighboring countries come, they will memorize places in Nigeria down to local government areas.
They impersonate
Nigerians. With Nigerian names and everything to actually get the Nigerian passports, maybe go out, commit crimes as Nigerians, they're profiled as Nigerians abroad, but they're not actually Nigerians. So the NIS, when I went to their Lausa office, they were really very particular about asking the right questions to ensure that they are processing passports for people who are bona fide Nigerians. Esther, I won't lie to you, my experience was nice. it was sweet. I wish that every sector in Nigeria can actually work like this. I think a week or two before I got my passport, I saw someone who posted on Twitter, someone whom I wouldn't say I know this person personally, but we've met on one or two occasions, and this person is a little popular on Nigerian Twitter, posted about getting his own passport, and the whole process was swift,
seamless,
it was smooth, it was seamless.
That's beautiful.
It's like, it's nice. It just gives you a glimpse into what a working Nigeria would look like, how it would feel, and honestly, I like it.
Thank you so much, Joma. God bless you. Thank you for coming. I know that you just recently got it, and I wanted you to share your experience. Some people think that we don't cover every angle. Some people think that we segmentize some of the conversations that we have here. The thing is, when the government when they do something plausible, we call them out and compliment them.
Sure.
When anybody is working, we call them out and compliment them. So whatever it is the Minister of Interior is doing, it tells you that regardless of the challenges, it is possible for you to deliver based on the portfolio you're given. Good governance starts with you. So it's possible for you to deliver. There should be no encumbrances. There should be no excuse for you not to do what you're supposed to do. The reason why is because at every point in time, the president is called in everything. Everything is the president's, because they feel that you are the head and the people you appointed reflects you. In other words, for you to have appointed these persons, you trust their character and their portfolio they can deliver. So when they fall short of that, you are obviously blamed. All right?
I wouldn't blame those who try to hold the president accountable, but one thing I'm going to say is those people who listen to us right here on Voice of People 90.3 FM and feel that we are biased or we lean towards one particular angle or one certain person or the other, that is not the case. Look, when you feel you suffer bad governance, we also suffer it too.
Exactly.
When you enjoy good governance, we also enjoy it.
They have no idea.
I wish everything in Nigeria can be like this. It really, really, really
would be
nice.
seamless.
I'd like to say kudos to the Minister of Interior. I'd like to say kudos to those at the Alausa Immigration Office as well. They did not stress me. The person that tried to stress me is like my question stressed her. She just pushed me away. Like, I better go into the ask question. I couldn't tell her then I'm a journalist, so she didn't feel like I came undercover to come and cause problems for them. But it was nice. I was anticipating issues in Nigeria within now, but there was none. So
I think that's a good one.
Flights.
Thank you very much, Joma Innocent.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Have an amazing show,
yeah,
Esther.
you too. Thank you so much. Now, today, News Central did a town hall meeting with residents of Yelwata, specifically the victims of the brutal attack by some terrorists in Benue State. And I must tell you, it was a very terrible narrative. A survivor of that incident, whose entire family was wiped out, had a lot to say about that. Kudos actually to News Central for having to organize that town hall meeting today. All right, so let's take a listen to one of the victims. It's quite a lengthy one. Then obviously I will introduce my analyst for the day.
I'm from Yelwata community. This incident started like this on the 15th day of June 2025. Around 10:45 p.m. was in our rooms at Yelwata. Then I had a gunshot along Lifea Road coming to Yelwata. I was indoor. Then normally the security personnel which are in Yelwata normally warn us that when these people came at night, so that they will have a space to push them out. There was in. These people started shooting. They started shooting, they will shoot, and the security will also shoot back. They will shoot, and the security also shoot back. The security in Yelwata tried so much to protect us, but they couldn't because these people have power seat them. Then, the station officer in Yelwata and the Safer Highway tried so much to cover the other side of the Yelwata, which is the old market side. Why I and my family was in new market side Yelwata. So why these people try to capture the old market, why the security personnel does not allow them, they now diverted from old market to new market side. And they started singing Allahu Akbar, coming down to new market. And they came, immediately they get to the new market, was the particular shop I was sleeping in with my family, they started. Now spoiled the local door, which was on that store, and they get in. Immediately they get in, they started purchasing our people, which are in the first room, while I and my family occupy second and the third room of the shop. Then my people was asking me with a low voice, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I told them to exercise patience. Maybe the security now will now push them out. We have a space to go out. And there was no way. The best they could do, they went out and sprayed a fuel on the roof and set fire. Then the fire started burning us. We cannot stand in again. Everybody started busting out. If you came out with a force, the best they could do is to shoot you, either matches you. I was together with my family in. I don't even know what to do. Then I asked my family to go out. Whatever happened, God will take control. Then my followed the same direction and they wiped them away. Then I followed the other direction. Before my first step outside from the shop, my first step, they now matches me here. I tried to escape. Here is a gunshot. The other rushes here are fire that was coming up. Then I now ran to police station. Even to the police station which I ran to, the security now told me I should go to soldier because they are having nothing. They are left now with the only defense. They are 1 or 2 bullets in. They are gone for defense. And I ran to the soldier points. That was what happened on a very good day. They now pack us to teaching hospital. I was discharged day before yesterday. And I don't know where to go. All of my things are burned to ashes. They now took me to IDB camp. That is why I'm here today. My wife was killed with 3 sons. Then we are pleading with government of Benue State and the entire government of Nigeria.
Okay, so Barrister Iche Prophets Darlington is my analyst this evening. Barrister, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Why do you sound cold? Is it the studio?
No, it's this story of Benue. I listened to this thing you are talking about.
Yeah. You listened to it earlier today.
Yeah, I did.
Because of time constraint, I would have played another one who said they started this onslaught from 2014.
Yes.
This man's entire family wiped out. He's in the IDP. He said when he returned, nowhere to go. I saw his body with the plaster. He looked scruffy and dirty, looked unkempt. Barrister, how would you describe a situation where people are IDPs in their hometowns?
In fact, that is the irony of the whole thing. I start very, very sad. Seriously. I remember when Tinubu's IGP was appointed. If the first promise is made that he's going to bring all the IDP people back to their home, that he's going to return them back to their ancestral homes. Ekpetoku said this thing. And I said, that means this man is coming to work. 2 years down the line, let's look at where we are. You know, one of the victims was narrating his own story. He said, in one occasion, they started switching during the rain. The rain.
That was what happened. That's what he said now. Good. I played where he said it was raining and they didn't hear the gunshot. They thought it was rain and thunderstorm. Good. So they didn't know where to face.
So with that rain that was falling, most people didn't hear the gunshot, and because of that, they killed a lot of people. Esther, in a Nigeria in 21st century, can you just imagine? With this type of stories, for God's sake, is it not heart-rendering? Because when people sit down here, they say you are criticizing Tinubu, you are criticizing. Please, how can anybody who is a patriotic Nigerian be happy with this type of news? How can anybody tell me that Tinubu have succeeded? Because this is the main thing, the main reason why he is in office, to protect lives and property, Esther. If he has failed in this particular area, what else is left? What else will Tinubu tell me that he has done in office for 2 years now? What else? You can see my worry here. No, if you can, the main thing you swore on oath to protect lives and property of Nigerians. And you have not done that. 2 years down the line, people are dying in numbers under your watch, and it doesn't affect you. You are campaigning for 2027, Esther. Tinubu is campaigning for 2027, and this type of gory stories are coming out from Benue. So anybody that is praising Tinubu, on what basis will you not be praising Tinubu? On what basis? Tell me. Where are those things that you say, yes, this particular area, it has been tidied up. In fact, Tinubu have tried, he has done so well here. Where is that area? None. But in campaign, he is very, very, very hot on that. Campaign posters all over the place. Is that what you call leadership, Esther? Please, somebody should tell me. Is that what you call leadership? You couldn't protect the lives of your own people. And you are gunning for 2027. In a Senate climb, in fact, the National Assembly should have impeached Tinubu by now.
Why?
For failing to do his duty. That is the main thing he was called to do. They should have summoned him and asked him, why is this thing going on? What are your security chiefs doing? And if he couldn't give a very good answer, they will impeach him. America cannot tolerate a president that be watching terrorists kill America. It can never happen. Esther, it can never happen. Quote me. Just one single America to be killed by a terrorist, either outside or inside America, and an American president will go home and sleep and is campaigning for election. It can never happen. It can't. Americans will tell you, no, we are done with you. But look at us here, Esther. Look at us. Tinubu just feels so free. The one that paid me most was when he traveled to France. You saw what happened during that period. Massacre upon massacre for a whole week. That Benue was in turmoil. Tinubu never came. He never rushed back. That means those lives does not matter to Tinubu. Esther, it didn't matter to him. He was just there in France. He was just there in France while his people are being massacred.
But the president sent a message from France condoling with the victims and the state governor where the massacre took place.
Are you serious? So, hold on. No. The message, did it solve the problem? He sent a condolence. What was he doing in France at that time? What are we doing? Can somebody tell us what exactly it was? Did you see pictures of him being engaged in one serious discussion with anybody in France? What was he doing? You can see. But he's campaigning for 2027, though. Is this spirit that will vote for Tinubu? Is it not human beings, Esther?
His loyalists are campaigning for him.
No, those people that died, you mean one or two of them wouldn't have voted for APC if they were alive? You mean they would have voted for APC if they were alive? After all, that is the APC state. So, in fact, it weakens me seriously. We don't know what is governance.
Do you think that spate of research, it was a very unfortunate situation. Like I said, if I'm to play you most of the inserts as to their reaction and those who explained how their families were wiped out, you literally be in tears. But
the one said 8 of his family is the only one remaining.
Yes, I have that. Like I said, because of time
trauma alone,
constraints.
that man will not even make it in life because the trauma, that man is a moving time bomb. When you remember what happened, anger and you know when you are psychologically wounded.
Barrister, do you think the resurgence was politically motivated?
Whatever it is, Esther, there was no need for that massacre. And the federal government is watching. There was no need. I expected Tinubu to order shoot aside. To all this they said they have arrested. Don't arrest them. Shoot aside. Whether they are gone or not, shoot them. Esther, shoot them. That's the only way these people would now say, this place is becoming too hot for us. So they will go back wherever they came from. Have you ever seen such a thing? Esther, have you had the Tinubu give such an order? You mean an American president will tell you to come and be pampering terrorists, arresting them and wasting time and money? In fact, you won't even be alive. Not to talk of being arrested. It can never happen. They even go outside to deal with people who kidnap their people. Not to talk of when you enter American soil. Esther, for 15 years now, 15 years.
Barrister.
And what manner of excuse are being given? is kinetic and whatever energy.
We went to the market. I think one of our interns here helped us go to the market to ask questions. Oh no, core member actually.
Yeah, I had it. Yeah,
and questions were asked as to the food, because the president said food items has crashed. What a couple of people feel that poverty is being weaponized by the government of the day, and that what happens is that on election day, that is what they'll use as a machination to induce people to vote for the party, because when people are so hungry, they'll literally do anything, you understand, to get that money. You know what happened in 2023? Some persons were promised 10,000. It was after the remaining 5,000 wasn't given to them. They came out to declare that some people are owing them 5,000 naira, that they voted for them and they didn't balance them. So it's possible that this may actually continue in 2027. But Barry said the race for 2027, which obviously is not meant to be the focus of the conversation, has become so heated, and that a couple of Nigerians, political analysts like yourself, even average Nigerians, are not feeling the activity of governance, because they feel the government of the day is literally working ahead of 2027. Already the digital team of the media digital team, that is social media digital team of the administration, has already been unveiled. I think these ones will be on social media to possibly put out information about the president, but we know what that particular team's responsibility is. Anything to any other opposition, they will try to mud it as possible, as has been going on now in regards with Atiku and Peter Obi. But Barrister, the question is it only Peter Obi that is in this coalition? The reason is because Rana Mokri was on live television yesterday, and even when the conversation was not about Peter Obi, he made sure he infused it. He made sure to call his name into it. He made sure to call him all forms of slanderous statements. But there's a notice that when it comes to Atiku, none of them talk about him in the condescending manner they do with Peter Obi. Even El Rufai, that worked with them and came to say a couple of things, that's harshness, that derogatory mannerism, or his ethnicity or his region is not hammered like they do with Peter Obi. And that's why a couple of people feel that if that is the case, then there is something about him that the administration is afraid of, where he seems to be the brunt of the hostility amongst those who are in this coalition, or those who are aspiring for 2027. Barrister, I wanted to take a listen to this. To what
Reno.
No, not Reno. I'm not playing Reno. I don't have time for that. I want us to take a listen to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu here. I just want you to listen to him, and you can now decide what you have to say to this. Okay.
The other one, that one, I think na statistic we go chop. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can stop it.
Divide 650 with 18.9, you give 29.something billion dollars. Go and verify it.
To mention his name is a disgrace to myself. I won't mention the name. Wrong arithmetic, wrong statistics, warehouse economy, and that's not what Nigeria needs.
All right, Barrister Darlington, the president is not the only person that feels that way about Peter Obi's optics for governance. How would you react to this?
Esther, you cannot put something on nothing. In fact, you can't give what you don't have. It's not possible. When these things were going on during campaign, I was laughing. He even said something about the Labour Party that time, that they will labor in vain. They will labor and die in Osun.
That was during the campaign.
Yeah. All this was done and said that time. And look at the kind of people laughing. Esther, look at the kind of people Tinubu gathered to embarrass himself. A president is talking like in 21st century, where statistics and data is the in thing.
He was not the president then. So
I said he was campaigning.
He was not the president then, so he was free to say what he wanted to say.
No, it wasn't enough. That thing would have, in fact, that thing would have been enough to vote him out. That means he doesn't know what he's saying. You can't say these things elsewhere now. You can't. Okay, let's assume you are handicapped. You don't know this. Must you come outside to embarrass yourself by opening your mouth and then some riffraffs before you are laughing and clapping? Yeah, you can imagine the kind of leadership we have in Nigeria. And true to what he was saying, up to today, have you seen or heard where Tinubu is making reference to any statistics or data? Have you seen or heard him? All these things he's saying, is he not supposed to compute it and know whether things are falling in place?
His media aides are there for him.
Which media aides?
They're there for him to give out the statistics.
Okay, are they doing better? Mention any of them that have made reference to any statistics or how the economy is going and all that. Rather, we get it from outside, either IMF, World Bank, or people like P2B. Yet they will not accept it. Is that not why they are falling behind? They don't know what is going. They don't know what leadership is. No longer your run of the mill thing that you people do, cut and nail. No. Esther, leadership has gone digital. Everything is checked at every point in time. Do you know? Listen. Do you know there was this lady that resigned as Prime Minister of Britain that was there for just 46 or 49 days? You know that lady who resigned? I don't know what's her name.
After Theresa May, right?
Yes.
I forgot.
She said she could not cope. Do you know that my adopted son?
She was the shortest.
Good.
Lived Prime Minister
of Britain.
in serving in that capacity.
My adopted son Remi told me that short period that woman was there, that it will take Britain 15 years to cover what they lost under that woman. 15 years to recover from that woman.
I think the reason she left was the situation with Brexit.
Yes.
Theresa May wasn't able to fix it. And she came on board with the policies she had told them in the House of Commons, but it wasn't working. So obviously that confusion led to her having to exit.
I said Britain said that it will take them 15 years to recover from that blunder. That was why the lady just resigned. She said she could not cope. She said it herself that she could not cope. And she left. And United Britain 15 years to recover. That means everything is being computed, everything is being checked, everything is being monitored. The lady just realized that she's not getting it. She left. Now look at Tinubu. With all the things he says about even when they called him for debate, he said they want to steal his idea. Okay, where is your idea now? Where is Tinubu's idea? 2 years. In fact, he's in the 3rd year now. Yes, 2 years has passed. He's in 3rd year now. 3 years down. Where is that idea that he said that the press want to steal from him? That's why he cannot come for debate.
Tinubu is not in the 3rd year. Since he still has 2026 to go.
You didn't hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
Has he not finished 2 years?
Yes, he has.
So
he's in the 3rd year still counting.
What are you telling me?
Okay.
He's inside the 3rd year. He's inside the 3rd year. So where is that idea? You see lie upon lie upon lie. Where is the idea? Nothing. Esther, nothing. If somebody now pick him up now and start, embarrassing and insulting him with the way he was insulted Obi, they will say you don't have respect for the president. You don't have. Did they not tell us lie? Now statistics you go chop, or you give us the one we go chop now. Bring the one we go chop. Make we see. Abi, bring the one we go chop since you know better. Look at the way he been saying it. As if he's talking to Motopark tout and they were Is that how something is done in this time?
But Barrister, let's look at this. In terms of the coalition, Nigerians feel that if you look at the elements in the coalition and those who have destructured their structure to join the coalition are mostly the CPC arm of the APC. And Segun Showunmi, I'm sure you listened to me yesterday where he said that these persons or these elements were elements that even before the administration kicked off, they were already planning to ensure that his administration does not go smooth sail. That's what they had actually said. And it was how quick they were to join the ADC when the party was unveiled. Others believe that this ADC is an Atiku ADC and that Peter Obi is going to be the carrots that will be dangled in the face of his supporters. But when they get to where they want to get to, he'll be used and dumped. Shegun said the same thing. A couple of persons feel that at this stage, after what transpired in 2023, Peter Obi is not politically dumb not to know how to be strategic. He may have a facade of being quiet and an aura of someone who is calm and seem not to know what he's doing. But if you are close to him, you know that he's also calculating. He's already doing his thing and trying to canvass in terms of personality identity with the Northerners. But let's listen to this young man give a certain narrative. He's actually saying that to the obedience and to Peter Obi, that why would he have said he wanted to go for 4 years? That why would it be that it is now time for the Southeast and or the South particularly? Why can't it be 8 years? And why shouldn't he just wait or possibly let Tinubu complete the 8 years? And then in 2031, that structure, that unconstitutional agreement will be broken. But whereas when it comes to the South, the North wants to have a majority share of it. Who says power needs to belong to them? He also made a statement that when it comes to governance and impact, that the North doesn't do that. I want us to just listen to him and then we'll continue from there.
Now listen, this message is for Peter Obi. Peter Obi, listen to me, let me tell you, my brother, I'm an Igbo man like you, but I use my brain. I study very hard to understand Nigerian politics. I know when they are trying to trick me. Peter Obi, he reach for Igbo man turn. You say na 4 years you go do. Why you go do 4 years? Why will you accept to do 4 years, Peter Obi? I ask you. Why? Why will you accept to do 4 years? Okay, is it the condition they gave to you? Peter Obi, if you cannot run for 8 years, go and sit down. Peter Obi, I repeat, if you know you cannot run for 8 years, go and sit down. Let Tinubu continue. Let Tinubu continue. Make a tell us something I don't know. For all these politicians to come together and say they want Tinubu down in less than 2 years, there must be something Tinubu is doing right. Maybe they affect us civilians, but there must be something Tinubu is doing right. We need to favor those politicians. Because if they favor them, they don't go come out. They don't come out. If Amaechi is in this government, he will not come out to tell you Nigerians are hungry. If El Rufai is in this government, he will not come out to tell you Nigerians are hungry. If Tinubu play the game where the women play, they will not come out to tell you Nigerians are hungry. Do you think they care about you? They don't care about you. They don't care about you. Look at Abuja. I lived in Abuja also. Abuja is a mess. Abuja was a mess. Now, not gonna be the minister at that time. For 8 years, Abuja was like dustbin. Capital for that matter was like dustbin. Wike came in. Tinubu came in and bring Wike. Wike will not be nothing. In less than 2 years, Wike don't they transform the state. He don't they bring sanity back to Abuja. Fine, they talk about land issue. I don't know, but don't they bring sanity back to the capital. Make that place clean at least. Look at Festus Kiyamo, the lawyer. Our airport that was being handled, the aggression that was being handled by a Northerner. If you go Nigerian airports, common toilet paper, tissue, no they there. Nigerian airport was like a mess. You come back from abroad like this, the heat will go first start to catch you for airport. It will make you tired for your country. Now they gave it to Festus Kiyamo, not a Northerner. Festus Kiyamo, a lawyer. When they say he don't know anything, look at what Festus Kiyamo is doing. Transforming our aviation system, transforming our airport. If you go Lagos State Airport now, Moitala, you go shocked. The last time I traveled, I was like, Moitala be this. Look at Tunde Ojo, look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing. They gave that same position to Aregbe Shola. What did he do for 8 years? Nothing. Nothing. Nigerians, people should be smart. Listen, Peter Obi, they want to use you now. They want to bring you because they're not sentimental. Nigerians will look, oh, because we love Peter Obi. Obedient movement, they will put you in. In less than 2 years, they will kick you out to bring Atiku. Listen, ADC, they will give Peter Obi the ticket. Let me talk him. They will give him the ticket because he has already agreed to do 4 years. Why? Peter Obi, why would you agree to do 4 years? Not be human being, you be. Even people know they qualify to do 8 years. Let Tinubu run. Tinubu should do his 8 years. Yes, make him do the 8 years. Peter Obi, if he knows that 4 years he won't do, go and sit down. Let Tinubu complete his 8 years. Yes. This administration will not favor the North. In quotes, they say you don't favor them. How you not favor them? Or Northern children. When Buhari was there, did it not full everywhere? Was there no poverty in the north when Buhari was there? Was there no Boko Haram ravaging everywhere? The alleged Fulani herdsmen were they not everywhere in the north? What did Buhari do? Rotimi Amaechi, you know that Lagos State and Southeast are a hub of commercial hub. You don't do railway there. From Lagos to Southeast, no railway. But you were busy doing Maradi standard gauge. You built transportation university for Castina. Who they go to university now? Selfishness. Who they go there? But now Rotimi is the good man. You want Obi. They want to bring Obi there. They want to use Obi. Make we emotionally vote Obi. Then in 2 years, they will kick him out. Tinubu have not even done 2 years. They are giving him heat. What can Obi do in 4 years? Obi, do you think you can run Nigeria and do magic in 4 years or in 2 years? You know they use your brain. Sorry. If you are not ready, I repeat, to do for 8 years, live there, let Tinubu do his 8 years. There must be something, I repeat, Tinubu is doing right. We are saying dollar is 1,500. Have we not asked ourselves, why was the dollar 7 something? You people don't understand economics at all. Now they pay me. You don't study economics. You are not studying simple economics. Buhari was busy borrowing money, pushing us, making us feel like our naira get value. Which value naira gets? Which value naira gets? You don't understand. Oh, poverty, the food is expensive. Why is food expensive in Nigeria? Not be Boko Haram and late Fulani men. They terrorize Ben and the rest where we can get our food from. Okay, now Tinubu, they do that one. Nigeria be smart. As much as I love Obi, but Obi, if you know you come to do 4 years, go and sit down.
All right, Barrister, there have been different contexts, different reactions to what this man said. A couple of Nigerians already called him out and said he should kukuma agree that he's an Agbado eater.
I wonder.
Some people say that, okay, let's be objective. He has a sense in what he's saying. A couple of people feel that maybe he's part of those who are benefiting from the day, because if you see how Nigerians are suffering, where food is very expensive, the common man cannot get access to basic items, to just eat healthy. Egg is now so expensive, so even to purchase protein, it's now beyond the average man. Job opportunities are still very restricted and limited, so it is certain persons exposed to certain fields like IT that have a privilege for getting jobs. Also, they talked about agriculture, because the administration has said they were going to focus on agriculture, anything to enable farming. So you mean that they will give them soft loans, give the farmers soft loans, make seedlings and fertilizer accessible and affordable. Once there is food, you have a working population. But because of insecurity, most of these things are not possible. Even the monies they borrow, they're not able to see the profit, because some of their farms get burnt. Farms that have been cultivated, these terrorists and their headers and their heads, their cows come and evade the farmland and all of this. But how would you reason this man's narrative? His name is David Ofo. How would you examine his narrative?
What he said is completely out of sync.
Out of sync?
Completely. There is no wisdom in what he's saying.
Explain the areas where there is no wisdom.
Let me ask you, Esther, who is the commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
President Bola Tinubu, GCFR.
Good. Did anybody tie his hand not to stop terrorism? Even the northern state are telling him, impose the state of emergency for the insecurity in our region.
Okay.
Is that not true? Esther, is that not true? Not only they beg him and say, please bring this state of emergency to stop insecurity in our region.
Okay.
Because it's becoming too much. We are there now. This thing that this man is trying to exonerate Tinubu, was it not part of those who brought these people here when they wanted to unseat Jonathan? You can see why I get angry with people. They forgot the who started all this problem, and they are blaming people who are saying this thing. We are tired of it.
Okay.
The question is, where did all this thing start? It started from somewhere when APC wanted to take over government from PDP under Jonathan. Is that not true? Okay. Now the thing have escalated. They are now looking for somebody to blame. Tinubu is in government. Why is he not taking this insecurity serious, Esther? Answer me. You just played the soundbite from Benue. After that visit in Benue, Esther, did it end?
Well, my question
Since
is,
that time, has that not continued?
is it wrong that he's campaigning for the 4 years to complete the 8 years of the
Esther,
Southern presidency?
let us face that area now.
Okay.
In reality, there is no constitutional provision for such nonsense. I said it's nonsense. Esther, complete nonsense. You can see the hypocrisy. You claim we are one Nigeria. Now, when it comes to political love, you now shared it. You are divided Nigeria into north and south. North we do, south we do. Where is it in the constitution? Nobody can be able to tell me. Where is it in the constitution that north will rule, south will rule, and it is compulsory, you must do 8 years? Are you serious? So if indeed in your 1 year we discover that you are messing up, Esther, must you keep quiet and say it is your turn? Therefore, whether you are doing well or not, you must finish 8 years. That argument is very, very infantile. It's only a kid that will reason in such a manner. Look at what he said. He must do 8 years. He must do. So, if all of us are going to die before Tinubu's 8 years, we must accept him and clap for him, Abi. This thing that he's doing in office now, can that guy tell me any government in Nigeria that have done half of what Tinubu have done in 2 years in terms of bad governance? I don't agree, because Tinubu has an antecedent. What he did in Lagos State here is what he's taking to Abuja. And you can see it playing out. Under his watch, the judiciary now down to his tune. The legislature, all the institutions. Is that what you call democracy, Esther? The Supreme Court ruled today about Edo State. They now said that Igodalo cannot convince them that there was overvoting. Listen though, during the appeal said that yes, there was overvoting. It was very clear. But the PDP cannot convince them. Enough. Is that justice? You see how technicality is messing up the judiciary. You saw that this thing is wrong. But because nobody could come and tell you that it is wrong, therefore you, who is the arbiter, you cannot use your wisdom and say, no, this thing is wrong. I will not accept it.
Barrister, in fact, this pointer you just brought out about the judiciary and INEC, a couple of people believe that the 2027 elections coming up, as Nigerians are preparing for it, may be in vain if there has been no reformation in INEC. And the reformation, we're not just using the mouth to discuss it. For David Hundeyin, he feels that a lot has already been put in place ahead of that time, possibly maybe it's even written. Or when he said rigging in a larger scale where they would tamper with the technological devices that will be used.
Of course.
And he said that the situation with INEC at this point in time is not even their fault, that it's coming from higher up. He said, let's just listen to him. Let's because this take you brought in is very important.
This has always been true, but this is especially true going into 2027, especially given that the person who was the INEC chairman in the 2023 election cycle is still the chairman. So nothing functionally has changed materially. So that question mark definitely does hang over them. I think the bigger question mark than just the leadership of the INEC or its ability to conduct free and fair elections is also the political will of the current administration to even hypothetically create a situation for INEC to even have that possibility of carrying out a free and fair election. I think it's fair to say that based on the antecedents of the elements who are currently in power, I think that would be a very, very optimistic notion that they would knowingly and willingly create the conditions for them to potentially lose power. I don't think that's how these people operate.
Yes.
So INEC generally does have a whole number of questions hanging over it. And I think for these questions to be even remotely addressed or dispelled, maybe we're not going to be fortunate enough to see a revision of the Electoral Act like we did in the run-up to 2023. Maybe nothing significant is going to happen. But at the very least, there should be some signs. There should be, for example, the ongoing discourse about the registration of the so-called ADA party and the very clear sort of the gamesmanship being deployed should already make it clear that if the simple process of registering a political party, something which if, as long as the preconditions have been met, this thing shouldn't take 10 minutes, right? It's not a very big deal. And already that has become a national story that we're discussing on Trust TV. And it's just a simple registration of a political party. Then what happens then on election day, where you have much weightier matters to be decided? Who is in charge of making those decisions? These are issues which have not been resolved. I've spoken to people with knowledge, inside knowledge of INEC, and honestly speaking, it doesn't seem as if there is the slightest institutional ambition to change anything, to show anything different in 2027. If anything, it's looking as if there is appetite for things to get even worse. And to be fair to INEC, this isn't an internally driven thing. This is something that is coming from upstairs. I know it's called the Independent National Electoral Commission, but it's not really independent functionally speaking, because it's funding and then the appointment of certain key personnel are political decisions. And unfortunately, the people who hold that political power now are not in the slightest bit afraid to use that influence and wield it to sort of, influence the electoral process and things relating to the electoral process. So we're definitely going to have that question to answer, I think, in the run-up to the election and possibly even on election day itself.
All right.
Esther.
Yeah.
You were telling me what that guy was telling about some ministers who are working.
Okay.
Good. How about the man who's at the helm of affairs, the box source of the table? Why are we not making reference to Tinubu and his performance? No, tell me. Why is somebody not telling us how Tinubu have been performing, like we have mentioned Ojo and all those other people? Why can't he be the leading factor here?
Barrister, can you remember when President went to Chatham House to complain?
Or
rather, to campaign.
He was telling it to other people.
Exactly. That's he delegated.
No! It means that you have abdicated your responsibility because you cannot even solve the problem yourself. That's the meaning. You are not in charge. You can't do this thing. In fact, that thing he did that day told the whole world that this man is not capable. It's as simple as that. Since he came into Abuja, what exactly have Tinubu done? That is something that, especially this insecurity, because he's the commander-in-chief. Esther, Tinubu cannot even threaten the terrorists. He couldn't utter a word against them that day.
He said something finally. Like he said enough is enough of this.
To who?
That the security agencies should apprehend the individual perpetrators of this act.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he said that last week.
Yes. Enough is enough to who? Esther, when somebody is the agent provocateur in any environment, you call yourself, Mr. Man, come. You see this thing you are doing. If you try it again, I'll deal with you.
What do you think? Because he's being careful not to upset the Northern Bloc ahead of 2027.
Really?
Because I thought and expected that he would have called the elements out specifically by himself.
Okay.
Specifically on Democracy Day, considering that this resurgence had become quite volatile and consistent, that you would call it out, and somehow it feels like that aspect is being. There's a lead on it, like they're afraid to say what it is and address the persons responsible for that. Rather, they're focusing on something else.
Now, look at it. How many times have Tinubu called IPOB out? Innocent IPOB. How many times has he called them out? For nothing. Esther, for nothing. Yet, the real people that are causing problems, Tinubu could not call him. I said I was shocked. In fact, if I was shocked with other, it was even a shocker when somebody threatened his own wife and Tinubu could not talk. Esther, how do you explain that?
But Barrister, a couple of persons feel that in the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, he couldn't even constitute his cabinet in 6-7 months. That's one. They were still running on the budget of the last administration of Jonathan. So they didn't even put a budget together. It was almost like they weren't even ready for winning that election. For almost a year, the president was administering the country from the UK. It was like he wanted to win the election and possibly go and treat himself. I'm coming. No, we can't leave. This is the president. That is the APC's curriculum. That's the APC's blueprint. And so, at the time, when complaints were coming up that what is going on, things are too slow. There's a grind in the economy, and policymakers and investors, the stock market, they were waiting to see how Buhari's economy and policy implementation and those who will be in charge will help them concentrate on certain sectors. But it took a lot of time, and before you know, some investors were holding their money, which obviously, conscript limited job opportunities at the time. That was how the whole naira dollar whatever started. It became a dwindle, and this took almost a year into the second year of Buhari's first term. The Nigerians were patient and understanding because they felt, oh, it's Buhari, it will take time. And the administration of the day kept saying that the Jonathan administration had emptied the bursary. There was no money. So they were starting from scratch. And so Nigerians were trying to be understanding. Now, during the campaign of the president, he said, let the poor breathe, and that he will kick the ground running. So is 2 years still too little for magic to happen? I mean, I'm just asking.
No, you should have had that guy who was running his mouth. Your bill should not do. Where is it written that you must do 8 years? Where is it written?
There is an agreement.
Hold on. That agreement did not. There must be a caveat. Whether you are doing well or not, you must. That thing must be there so that we will not bother. Which agreement will tell you that whether you are performing or not, you must finish 8 years? Which agreement? Is that not what we are talking about here? If Tinubu had been doing well, will anybody talk? Will anybody complain? No, tell me the truth. Will anybody complain? That is the issue here. The guy that was talking, I would just say, who is talking like, who is this person? You came into office, you say you want to do reform. Esther, if somebody is doing reform, please, is it not supposed to be, things are supposed to be looking up now? Must all of us die? Tell me what has come down since Tinubu came into office. I think something that have reduced, you can say, okay, this thing is, it's getting better. Esther, mention that thing Tinubu have done since he came into office that we did not acknowledge here. Leave individual performances. Leave individual performances. We are looking at the Tinubu. The buck stops on his table. You mean if Tinubu should clear this insecurity today, I mean, the whole world will not hail him. The North will then not hail him. When they have openly invited him, come and save us, come and bring a state of emergency here. He did not. Rather, he went to Rivers, where Fubara and Wike are just quarreling.
Well, over the presidency said that before Tinubu became the president, certain persons had already put themselves together to frustrate his administration.
It's a lie.
They said that this coalition that was already being talked about for 18 months, it was almost like there are expectations for the administration to fail. So the president still has 2025, 2026. What if there is a major turnaround? Again, like I said, a couple of people feel that the administration's policy reform only benefits the elite. And those are the grassroots may not really feel the impact of it. I mean, ease of doing business is for the elite. I'm sure you saw the appreciation letter, I'm sure you've read it, of Dangote to the president, and how the president has actually helped him a lot, and some of the achievements and milestones that the president has been able to implement in the economy is something that he's appreciative of, encouraging competition, broadening the business space of the Nigerian economy, and trying to solicit for more investors to be part of growing our economy. He gave him quite a lot of encomiums in that open letter.
You think he meant what he was saying there? Dangote is trying to save his business.
Are you inside Dangote's mind?
I said he's trying to save his business. Leave that thing. Why is NNPC still in business, in the oil business? God. NNPC. Why is NNPC still in the oil business? As I told you here that somebody in the oil industry who should know, on Arise TV last Sunday said that since 2023, listen very well, 300,000 barrels of crude oil is being set aside to pay for subsidy. What does that tell you? No, tell me. Is that not to undermine Dangote and his business? Since you are still paying, so that means you are still importing. Why is it Nigeria you just run with it? Interrogate the issues to the letter. Dangote is trying to save his business from this administration. You saw how the man was so frustrated. He said, please, somebody come and buy this refinery. I'm tired. Did it not happen here?
Yeah, he said, no, he didn't say somebody. He said the administration can buy it off.
No, I didn't want to be straightforward to it. I wanted you to tell me, who did he say you should come and buy it off?
He said the federal government, they can buy it off. Because but he was tired.
The federal government that was trying to strangulate him. Is that not true? You think I said, why is NNPC Nigerians? They told us that they have removed subsidy. So this thing now that you are mentioning NNPC, on what ground is NNPC still in the business of oil industry? Because it's supposed to be a regulator. Just like we have Nitel that died and gave rise to all this other one we are using today. Have you ever had a Nitel dictating tune and all that? So Nigerians, tell me, even today said that NNPC is telling you today that if you don't pay them 7.7 trillion naira in 210 days, they will shut down. What does that tell you? Esther, did the Tinubu actually remove subsidy? And if he did not, is he not undermining Dangote refinery? Tell me. You can say what you are talking about. No matter how you hide the truth, one day it will come out.
Barrister Darlington, in July 2023, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared a state of emergency on food insecurity, targeting the food supply shortfall and rising food prices. He unveiled a comprehensive food security, affordability, sustainability intervention plan with short, medium, and long-term goals. Now, he declared, and directed that all matters pertaining to food and water availability and affordability must, as soon as possible, be made available. In fact, he says those are the essential livelihood items and must be included within the purview of the National Security Council. Now, the administration has steadily increased budgetary allocations to the sector, growing from 228.4 billion naira in 2023 to 362.94 billion naira in 2024 and 826.5 billion naira in 2025. So from 2023, there has been an increased allocation in the agricultural sector. All right. Now, it was meant to be in phases. The farmers were enthusiastic, specifically wheat farmers in Jigawa State during the dry season for the farming.
Okay.
But what happened?
You're asking me.
And I'm coming now. Insecurity started.
Oh, really?
The presidency decided to have a partnership with Brazil. The partnership in November 2024, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security actually signed a memorandum of understanding to advance private with a global agricultural machinery giant called John Deere. He was to deliver 2,000 tractors annually to Nigeria. And the contract is a strategic partnership to establish a tractor plant in Nigeria to modernize agriculture and food production. This was basically the relationship they had with Brazil. And in the next 5 years, according to what the government said, in the next 5 years, over time, all the 774 local government areas need to be equipped with technical and financial resources to drive sustainable development and economic growth. Now, the day Mr. Alex came around, I'm sure you remember Mr. Alex, the president's friend in CSU, who they were neighbors with, there was a launch of 2,000 tractors for mechanized farming. And that was also the same period where the whole Benue situation happened. So, do you think that the agricultural sector is not being properly looked into, or there's no organization? Because if there is insecurity, how do you intend to improve and implement mechanized farming? That's one. Two, in one of the states, Boko Haram told the farmers that if they dare try to adopt mechanized farming and not use the cows, they may not see the time of the day. So are we going to say this project is a lost cause? Because money is 320 something billion already.
Really?
Has been put aside for that.
Okay, have you seen what I've been talking about? That Tinubu is not serious about his policies. You don't just say something, Esther. If you're a leader, you don't just open your mouth and say something that will embarrass you at the end of the day. Esther, can't the Tinubu clear this insecurity first? No, tell me. Before now, did you see this food scarcity or food insecurity in this number that we are seeing it today? Tell me.
Remember, I started from Buhari's administration.
That's what I'm saying now. It started, but it didn't get to this level. Now, even if it started, it's the same APC government now. What if they clear this thing for God's sake? Or is it that because they brought it about, they don't have the political will to stop it? I don't know. Because there must be a reason why they are pampering these guys. I mean, pampering. Pampering them. You want to start agricultural revolution with what? Look, even if they bring the worst, the best mechanized farming in the whole world, and with these guys around, Esther, it will not work. Quote me. One day, they will sack out the farmers. In fact, they will burn all the tractors and render them what? Immobile. One day, they will just organize things as they used to and burn them, all of them. Then what have you done?
Well, Barrister, some of the states in the north may embrace this initiative. Some northern states, I think insecurity has been curbed in those areas. And yes, I mean...
Look, Esther, don't say that. We have had it before. Remember that Boronu Zulu, that was the time he said that that place is now free. Abi? Yeah, people were praising him. How he organized and... Didn't they come back? Esther, did they not come back? We are talking of people that are festering all over the place. That they want to go and regroup does not mean that they have been taken care of.
Well,
no.
Barrister, the partnership that the president had, all right, with these global communities, 2,000 tractors have been, and the president said this is the first phase of it. Obviously, more money. And according to the president, they envision Nigeria as a global agricultural powerhouse, supplying quality produce to international markets while ensuring every citizen can access affordable, nutritious food. Okay, and the president also made that statement on that very day he introduced Alex. He said that we are proud of what we are doing. If we begin to see some snippets in his policy formation that seems realistic, wouldn't you encourage it or laud it?
I will not. Esther, I don't pamper mediocrity. I will not. If we do things like the rest of the world, what will happen? You remember when rice came down to 60,000 or so, Abi? Sometime this year.
Yes.
Now, where is it now?
It has increased again.
Oh, really? When I told you that Tinubu's policy moves like a yo-yo, you were laughing at me. Is that not what is going on? It will come down to tomorrow, you go up. It will come down tomorrow, you go up. Is that a success story? Tell me. When he was introducing that his Belarus friend and tractor, Esther, did you check whether that man is good in that particular business? Even the tractors, I am assuring you, they will break down in 6 months.
Why? Why are you saying that?
Look, because friendship have entered into this business.
No, now, friendship have entered.
Yes,
no, you can't say they'll break down in 6 months.
Are you serious?
You can't say so. Have you seen the tractors?
Hold on. Have you seen?
No, I'm asking you. Have you seen the tractors to determine that they'll break down in 6 months?
Listen very well. Let them give us an example of where that man have supplied his so-called tractors and it is working. Let him give us reference.
But they don't have to give you reference. You can research. You can research that on your own.
No, let him say
you can research that on your own.
No, let him tell us so that we don't say that we are trying to be smart or we are trying to.
Barrister, the questions.
Let him give us where he has worked because that's the point they ask
Barrister, the controversy about this policy is not like Nigerians are not happy with the initiative or the farmers are not happy with it. The complaint of the farmers is that they cannot use these tractors because they cannot go to their farms. That's the basic complaint. Okay. So now the question is, that money that has been set aside for this initiative, how would they account for it? The tractors, if they are not being used, if they donate these tractors and nobody says, if we give you this tractor, we're expecting that this is what you'll be able to harvest over time, and nobody is able to give accountability for it, is that wasted fund? But I'm asking you, so in other words, shouldn't insecurity should be the first thing to fight for them to allow this policy work?
What did I say?
When there is no security, these farmers can't go to their farms and use these tractors. So are we going to consider this project a wasted effort and money is gone and nobody will give an accountability for it?
This is the first time you are wasted money. Esther, this is the first time you are wasted money.
The administration wants to stand on accountability and transparency.
True talk. And it had to be Tinubu, Abi.
Why wouldn't it be him? He's not the president.
If we didn't get it from Buhari, we can't get it from Tinubu. Esther,
are you saying Buhari and Tinubu are the same?
In fact, I don't even know who is worse now.
Oh, God.
Because Buhari bought a Tucana jet. to wipe out insecurity. That's the true of us. Where is it? Where is it now? Tucana jet. You saw all the hoopla over the Tucana jet that with it now insecurity is over another. They even shot down one of them. And up to today, nobody is talking about that jet again. So all that money, is it not a waste? Is it the first time you are wasting money? The Lagos Calabar coastal highway that was not costed, not bidded. What are you talking about? What are you saying about that?
Oh, the president had requested for 1.3 trillion naira for that, in addition to that.
Good. You can see. So, what is that what we need now, Esther? Tell me the truth. You see, it's all about vainglory. Yes, I'm the one that did it. It happened during my time. I built a coastal highway. Who are
all right,
the people
Barrister,
making use of it?
we need to we need to pick up calls, but before I do that, just in a minute, or yes, in a minute, Loretta Onoche is attributing to what Boss Mustafa said that Tinubu did not account for the emergence of Buhari in 2015. In fact, I'm surprised because Loretta really supported the previous administration. Ever since PBAT came on board, she's been quiet. So reacting to the comment of Boss Mustafa, she wrote on X on the front page, responding to the Tribune. She says Buhari's popularity won 12.5 votes for APC in 2014. She referred to that particular post on the Nigerian Tribune then via her personal X account today. She praised Boss Mustafa for ending what she described as a lie about Buhari's emergence in 2014. And she supported the headline attributed to Boss Mustafa that the former presidential advisor said Tinubu did not make Buhari's Nigeria's president, adding that every lie has an expiry date. She said every lie has an expiry date. Yesterday, the lie that at official BAT made M. Buhari president expired. Thank you, Boss Mustafa, for puncturing the lies of those unsuccessfully trying to rewrite history. Me, Tinubu did not even support Buhari's emergence as candidate in 2014. Fact. How would you react to this?
Esther.
It's an irony, actually.
In fact, this one makes me so happy. Yes, now.
Barrister, darling.
No, hold on now. I told you here. Look.
It made you so happy.
Yes, I told you here that look, a lie can run for 200 years. One day, truth will catch up with it. As I remember, it's the same thing that attributed to Tinubu about Lagos. He built modern Lagos. He's the this. He's the that. It is when the press, you people, when you package somebody, even Satan will be. Well, now you can package people. That thing they said, I was expecting somebody to puncture it, especially all the lies they told that what he did in Lagos, he will do it in Nigeria. He's going to do this. Is that not what we are hearing, Esther? Tell me the truth. And I was here, I said, this is a lie, yo. I said it here. I didn't miss word because I know what I'm saying. That this thing is just packaging. It's showmanship. Okay, he has gone to Abuja. Oh, yeah, now. Build Nigeria like you build Lagos. We didn't see anything. Oh yeah, build Nigeria.
It's just 2 years now.
Really?
He said magic can happen in 2 years.
Yes, it's true. That lie is even an insult on us. Esther, they have spent 10 years in office. Yes, they have spent 10 years. They told us that Buhari is building on a foundation that Tinubu will build on when he come into office. Is that not what they were telling us? So, if the Buhari have led the foundation, Tinubu, what are you doing? Start raising the Tower of Babel now. Start adding the block so that we see the building going up. Every time there is the end of there's light at the end of the tunnel. Meanwhile, there's no tunnel at all, no tunnel, not to talk of light. When will this light
You need to have hope, renewed hope. You need to be hopeful. Yes, you need to be hopeful. All right, it's time for us
even when there's no hope.
We need to be hopeful. I mean, we're all here. There's nowhere we can run to. It's our country, all right? Just like the whole visa situation right now, as you know. So if we don't help ourselves in this country, there's nowhere we will go. We will have to come back to this country.
If I remember what Buhari did to us, in fact, I feel like weeping. For 8 years.
0803692 number to call 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
All right, welcome, sir. Please go ahead.
Mr. Darlington, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Hello, Mr. Darrington. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, yes.
You can hear him?
Yes. Esther.
You speaking?
Esther, are you hearing me?
I can hear you very well, sir. Welcome.
Who is speaking?
It's Joe.
Esther, it's Joe from Bariga.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Esther, stop. You are conflicting some issues.
Okay, sir.
This man is in third year. Okay?
Okay, sir.
If he doesn't know how to do it, go to Argentina. They have once a big problem there. Go and ask the man how did he perform the magic.
Under 1 year.
Under 1 year.
Oh.
So what are you telling me? So many people have done it in Nigeria. You do remember Yaradua, the late Yaradua?
Exactly.
Yes.
We gave him so many accomplices, Abi.
Yeah.
So many people have done it.
Name, please.
Bartes calling from Egbeda. Pastor
Bartex.
Valentin, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Esther,
Yes, sir.
I don't know why some people are talking like this. Tinubu, is he doing well? Well, in our backyard here, how much are they selling it? In our backyard. How much are they selling it? That guy that called you was complaining that he must rule 8 years. Why must you say so?
I wonder.
Is the wife is not going to market, or he himself is not seeing what is happening in Nigeria?
I wonder.
Why some people are talking like this? Is it compulsory for you to rule 8 years when Nigerians have died finish? Why some people are talking like this?
In fact,
Are they living in the moon?
Eh?
Oh God. Look at this man. He imposing tax on Nigerians. Everybody are suffering. People are dying. If anybody is sick now, he cannot be able to go to hospital because of the charges, everything. Imagine. So this man cannot do it, and people are still hailing him that he's doing well. He must complete 8 years.
8 years.
Oh God, I pity for this type of people.
I'm telling you.
Esther, have a very nice night.
Thank you very
Esther,
much, Bartex, sir.
Is it a fact that the Saudi Arabia people are not
Hello, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Eh?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome. Please, what's your name?
Darrington, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Please, I wanted to ask one simple question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
This coalition, before to get the flag bearer of that ADC, they said how many delegates we vote. Now we go vote, or those people within the ADC caucus will vote.
Yes,
or we
those
the
people.
Nigerians will vote.
Is those inside the ADC caucus? The ADC people there, they're the ones. That's where the delegates will do their primaries. Then from there, and a candidate among anyone who wins amongst those who put their heart in the race will now be the preferred candidate.
So it's within their caucus, Abi?
Yes.
So definitely we, the masses, are not involved. So if it occurs in that way, there is no hope for Obi, because Obi no get money to go distribute for anybody.
This guy.
So the best thing is for Atiku to help us. Since Atiku has that influence in North, Atiku can influence their people and support Obi to make sure that yes, this is the period, the turn of the South. Obi, Atiku should support Obi with this influence.
Okay, you're saying that Atiku should lobby the delegates on behalf of Obi for him to emerge.
Yes, that is it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Esther,
Sir?
I don't want to hear it is the turn of the South or not. That the South have ruled for 200 years. Therefore, the North must rule for another 214 to balance. Please, when the North were carrying out their coup, it was okay that time, Abi. Okay, let them allow the South now to carry out coup now.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
The number of times the North have carried out coup. If you want to balance
Fine.
this.
You guys will have to start calling the WhatsApp number. This phone is already going down.
Can you just imagine?
Go ahead.
I'm Chris by name. I'm calling from Ago.
Chooks. Sorry.
Chris.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, well done for the...
Chris, phone down off. Sorry. Call WhatsApp 081 717 36. What happened? 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. Apparently the phone wasn't charged, so it's down. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Darrington.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, yes. I want to ask this.
What's your name?
I used to. I can hear you. Can you hear
What
me?
is your name? Name.
Okay, Ugo from Majogula.
Right, Ugo, please go ahead.
Please, this it is the turn of the north, it is the turn of the south that I've been hearing. I don't know how this thing works because I really want to clarify something, because if you say it is the turn of the north or the south, then APC is bringing Yoruba, PDP is bringing Hausa, this person is bringing Igbo, and they are still doing the election. It's not as if maybe they are bringing the whole parties are bringing from a particular region. I don't understand this. Is it not still contest? They will still contest, because I don't understand this turn of the south.
Exactly.
If the Igbo, if a Hausa man win, and they say it is the turn of the west, will they not say okay, because it's the turn of the west that the Hausa man will not go? How does this thing work? And another thing I want to say is, please, Lagosians should take note. If you look at the whole people doing campaign this election that will come on Saturday, if you find out, you will see that it is only the APC that is doing campaign. No other party is running campaign in Lagos apart from APC.
Exactly.
Please, I am telling Nigerians we should just be happy if Tinubu rule is 8 years and go, because with this man attitude, I am sensing a character of president for life. Because the way he is clamping down on opposition, I do not know. The whole of, I don't know of other part of Lagos, but in the whole of Ajigula is only APC that is saying they are
and you don't vote APC.
I have never seen this kind of thing before. I have not used my eye to see PDP poster. I don't know PDP poster. I don't know Labour, only APC poster. Please, what does this thing mean?
No.
Thank you.
Esther, you see why I get annoyed with people. You see, those people supporting APC until they will not see all these things. So by the time this thing will now become a problem to you and I, they will start looking for someone to blame.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. How are you?
You can see what is going on.
Hello.
Esther, what's up?
A Democrat.
I'm fine, please. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Christian from AJCT.
All right, Christian. Welcome. Please go ahead.
Barrister, that thing is on fire.
I'm telling you.
But Esther, you try. When I do this for you, whenever Barrister Dalison says Esther, I'm like, hey, what have Esther done again? Well, I don't know. No matter what to say here, I'm not sure it will stop Tinubu entering again 2027.
We have to keep talking and hold them accountable.
Yeah, of course. Our talking might change a few things. Yes, of course. Well, Esther, I love the way everybody you make everybody air their view. I love that. You don't restrict as far as they are not talking out of the distance. Yeah. So I'm enjoying the show a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I just called to greet you or congratulate you.
Thank you.
And of course, call your name like by stability will do Esther.
Christian. Thank you.
No, on the more serious one, this is like the second to the last call I said. Esther, is not important, Abi.
It's important.
Oh, really?
No, but I said it yesterday. I said it yesterday that the NURT boss said it. He said that. But the only problem is he made it seem like it was a Southeast thing. Anyone in Lagos from that extraction who is not voting for APC should not. That was basically the threat. That was it. Yeah.
On what basis should that happen? If Tinubu is a Democrat,
that was it.
Hello. Such a thing happen?
Hello. Good evening.
You can imagine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Friday. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, Friday from Lagos. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Help me in my regard to Barrister Darlington.
Okay, he can hear you.
So, what I have to say about this country is because those people that are clapping hands for Tinubu, that Tinubu is doing well. They are the people that are benefiting for the APC people.
They are not even benefiting.
You understand? So, because they does not even know that this man is not have any single plan in Nigeria. All they know that to just to borrow money. Look at the money, the debt that with China. Any transaction person do a day, 100 naira must come out, 50 naira must come out. Where the money they are, you put your cash without 50 naira, 100 naira they come out. When it is done for bank any transaction. Something that has not been done before. If you enter office, you change everything outside that. This man just turn Nigeria outside that. Look at Ghana here. Mm-hmm. Nigeria population more than Ghana. Can you hear me?
No,
I can hear you.
Yeah.
So Nigeria population more than Ghana. Look at how Ghana people are enjoying
progress. I'm telling you.
Nigeria is the one that supply Ghana life. Ghana is using life more than Nigeria. Why are we deceiving ourselves because of 1 naira, 2 naira way that if you collect it, you use that drink beer, use that smoke cigar, use that smoking smoke or the shop. You say Tinubu is doing well. Those ones that say that Tinubu is doing well, they are the ones that benefit for the APC government.
All right, thank you very much. 08036929933 and on WhatsApp is 0817175638. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. I can hear you. What's your name, sir?
Hello.
Hello,
good evening.
say what you want to say now. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Prince. Calling from First Town.
All right, Mr. Prince, welcome. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, I agree the senior advocate of the masses. Barrister Darlington, I agree with you.
Well done, my brother.
Okay. No, my take on this is that I will like all these coalition people and even the media. Let's focus on electoral reform. That is the most important thing.
They hear.
Because I believe without electoral reform, nothing. All these things we are doing. I've been in Lagos for years. Even his first tenure of Tinubu, I'm in Lagos. And I voted for him. 2003, I voted for him. So I know him very well. So this electoral reform is the real focus. That is what we will focus on. And get it right. Even before 2027 election. Apart from that, my brother, I don't think, even if I don't know what will happen.
Okay.
That is the only thing.
Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Prince. Did you hear what David Hunde said about it?
I wonder.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, this is Malik speaking.
Malis Eke.
No, Malik Eke. This is Malik Esther.
Good evening.
Mr. Darlington, good evening.
Good evening.
Esther.
Sir.
Mr. Darlington, I'll give you 4 important things Tinubu has done for Nigeria.
Okay,
which
please
you must
go
clap
ahead.
up for him.
Please.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Absolute poverty. Clap up for him.
Go ahead.
Number 2.
Oh, God.
Live and die in Nigeria. Number 3. The people are nothing.
Oh, God.
Number 4. The chief of staff to the president does not tell him the truth. The chief of staff is the backbone of the president. He's not telling the president the truth. Even if the president pretends to say he's updated, that your data na old school. That's na 2G they use. I don't lie you. Esther, the more you try to defend lie, you have to spend more time to defend the lie. It's not as if they don't know what's going on, Esther. They know what is going on. Because of greed. Because of greed, nobody cares. Esther,
sir,
how can a state administrator not elected by the people want to do election? How can a state administrator say want to spend 24 billion on CCTV? EFCC is not watching.
No wonder.
EFCC is not talking. Esther, in this same country, we dey here. Alex, now your schoolmate too. In this same country, you are bringing tractors. How was that contract approved?
I wonder.
When was it announced?
I wonder.
In this same country, 3 budgets is running concurrently.
4.
And yet you be first class in accountant.
Accountants, yes.
Nothing they happen, no. Esther, look, situations in the people's hands. If we like the hunger kill us or we kill the hunger. But the problem is say, Nigeria now. You know Nigeria, they behave. Esther, I don't lie you. They give me 1K now. My mouth go change you. Won't you? That is who we are.
Only one.
That is why nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to do anything. We don't see the big example where there is no fight. A governor submitted a budget of how many billion? At 1 point something trillion. At 1 point, is it 800 billion or 1.1 trillion? I can't remember. Somebody came in. It's 1.4 trillion. From nowhere, EFCC touchlight off. And we say, may God help us. God don't punish them before now. I said Nigeria is a super car that has a super engine, but the driver is on reverse. The day we find a driver that can drive us forward, we know what we're going to. Good evening.
Good evening. Wow, wow, that was God, I don't know. 0803. If did you hear the pain in that man's voice, despite the fact that he seemed to be humorous?
Very painful.
Okay. I hope they're listening. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Darlington.
Well done.
Jesus.
Amen.
See, that guy that is campaigning for Buhari, where we don't know the name. You see,
campaigning for Buhari, where?
He's talking nonsense. We're talking about performance of people in the ADC. The guy is talking nonsense. He's talking nonsense. So what I think Nigerians are supposed to do now is that if it is let Obi and the Atiku, let them gather themselves together. This is the material we are going to use.
Okay.
Let the Atiku there, let Obi calm down. Okay. The thing where they inside water and our legs, they take gather them. Okay. Let us succeed in getting these people out.
Right.
At least let the masses of the Nigeria buckle themselves together, arrange themselves with their PVC. If the annex did not come with electoral act between now to the ending of this year, by next year, early next year, the masses will go to annex office to demand for electoral act. That must be a must.
It's not annex office. So annex said the bills are at the National Assembly.
We must to annex office.
Okay.
If it takes us 1 week or 1 month to demand for electoral act, that is our duty. Okay. Because they are there to serve us, not we supposed to serve them. Right. They are taking our resources to unknown destination. No. So when we know that the whole fault is from ANEC, let us march to ANEC office.
All right, thank you.
Esther,
did you hear? Okay, go ahead.
INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu. He has brought out about 140 something electoral reforms.
Yeah.
And he has sent it to the National Assembly. So Nigeria should be asking this rubber stamp National Assembly, what are you doing
about it? Hello, sir. Good evening.
You know, it's APC National Assembly.
Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, Esther. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Yeah. Please, what's your name?
Yes, this is Stitches.
Stitches? Where are you calling from, yes, Stitches?
From Ipaja.
All right, Stitches, please go ahead.
Esther, you know the problem we will get for this country?
Tell
now,
me
these people, we ourselves. Like now, you see that bros that was talking that you said there's pain in his the way he's talking.
Yes.
If you like me, they go carry, go arrest TV, carry camera, show one Nigeria where they knock your head for war, say you want that. These people don't give a hook about us. Then you see those people on the street that they are following. I used to see them these days. They are just like, what's going on? They say it's local government elections.
Yes, it's on Saturday.
You go see boys. I'm wondering those boys. What did they tell them? That made them to follow them to enter one motor. They carry flag. They stretch hand. What did they tell them or what did they give them? Now they do ourselves. This is stupidity. Somebody go there. I see many of us don't even know our existence. Those people where they follow this crowd of Tinubu or APC or whatever. Let me not put Tinubu at the forefront. APC. Is stupidity, illiteracy. Not be you hungry now, illiteracy. Because I don't see waiting they won't tell me. If you like, give me 1 billion. That 1 billion I'll free collect and put on my pocket. I go there, do what I want to do. And I don't even think I will even collect anything. I've never seen 50 kobo politicians. I don't even know how they used to give them money. I don't know what they will tell them before they will give them the money. But I'm just saying that we be our problem. So it has to start from ourselves. I'm just wondering how we can synthesize these illiterates with the streets.
Okay.
Where they carry flag, they follow them. If you see the nuisance where they constitute for road, if they follow all these people where they call themselves aspirants of local government chairman, you be like saying, one kind something where we say if they enter the office, their life has changed to something differently because I don't know. We are just seeing these offices as a job where we say now your life. Some offices like this for foreign countries, you go get other side job. All this legislator not be your full-time work. But now, once you enter politics, you don't be a but now let's start beg you now. We self and do our By the time they realize that these people are using you, giving you 100 naira, then you become that you'll be afraid to even see. You know, if you enter government house, if you enter even local government office anyhow, they go, they say, where does sir, see where you put for office. And we do ourselves.
Thank you, Stitches. Thank you for calling. All right, let me take some messages. This person says, good evening to you. This person says, Esther, it's either Peter Obi for president or nothing. Mr. Darlington is on his own. Alhaji Atiku. Okay, all right, thank you for calling. This person also says, Esther, good evening. I beg, if the coalition no make Peter Obi the flag bearer of the ADC presidential candidate, Obi should forget about the coalition and stand alone. I swear we Nigerians shall nominate Obi against any dictator of the APC. All right, well, if he can play his game well, because they have said it, they're not giving anybody any automatic tickets. There'll be a primary, so it all depends on your power of lobbying and conviction to convince people and convince the delegates that you would actually do well. And there are some concessions you have to make. People will bring their demands on the table, and you may have to concede to certain things if you want to actually be the one to emerge as a flag bearer. So that's some of the problem, the challenges of this. So for Peter Obi, who intends to fight corruption, who does not want to tolerate wasteful spending, and you know these persons have their own personal interest, how would you agree to that?
Esther,
sir,
you need to get into the system to change the system.
Do you know that if you don't concede and or you agree and you get there and you don't do it, they will destabilize your government?
No, hold on. With the power you have.
With the power you have.
With the power, you can clip their wings.
Are you sure?
You can bring about.
Why has the president not been able to do so?
Because he's part of them. He didn't want to do anything. He's part of them. Don't you see how he's treating the insecurity with kid glove?
All right. Don Joe from Ijesha says, good evening, Esther and Darlington. I want to believe that Darlington is pretending not to know that power is shared between the North and South. Yes, it's not crystal clearly stated, but right from the time of Obiji, Yaradua, Jonathan, and now Tinubu. So we in the South must use our 8 years. But somehow fell out with the Northerners, and the chance comes up for Obi to be president with the likely support of the North. Yet Barrister Darlington wants the Igbos to still take vice president. Atiku is not even a popular candidate in the North. Everybody wants Obi, even the Northerners, with the support of El Rufai, Malami. Obi will win. All right, Donjo. Good evening, Oga Darlington, my man of the year, and Esther. With Obi, you can see difference with brilliant mind and low-grade mind, focus-driven and excuse makers. He would have been president if cash and carry INEC and judiciary has done its own work well. Now that Obi is the bride that is Nigerians are looking up to, let Atiku support Obi with all his so-called structures of PDP that he has. Let them do electoral reforms, make it mandatory that anyone who doesn't attend debate should be disqualified. This is from a day from Lagos. Good evening, Esther. One day our politicians will face us and we will face them because it don't choke. They will want to run but no road, and they will want to fly but no sky. That day is coming. My name is Harrison from Agor. All right. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. It never clear for our eyes. Oh, shave. We they cry and still they see, but by 2027 and more, people no go cry, but they smell. Do you remember this? My message. Wow. Okay. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Okay, this is Chidi from Oshodi. This is presidential rotation from north to south and back to north. It's very traumatizing. It highlights the fact that Nigeria is built on a foundation of corruption. Illiteracy is as deadly as corruption. Barrister Darlington, good evening. Okay, you didn't tell us your name. You just said good evening. Esther, it's either Peter for president or nothing. Mr. Darlington is on his own. All right, I've heard you. I have heard you. I was at Oshodi Market yesterday. I witnessed the APC members' campaign like a mini carnival. It was like a gathering of unscrupulous elements. No single intellectual there or conversation aside hailing their chairman. A scene that looks hostile and cautionary to any outsider who doesn't look like them. And they are dancing, some seated, some rapping and smoking all sorts. Others carrying their their side bags, and some with open clothing, proudly displaying their charms. No one would tell you that if you jump as an outsider, they're ready to take you down. To the atmosphere for them was celebratory. To others, it's the opposite, as the atmosphere stinks of rasness, rascality, open display of nonentity. Even worse, a blue beret military man was following the MC guy up and down. What a shame. How can a military man be guarding such character? What's your name, please? Always put your name when you send messages like this. It's very, very important. Okay. Good evening, the Anchor. I am Engineer Ayinde Morov, contributing from Orisumibari, Shasha. Please tell Darlington he's completely biased. His sense of bias against his government is legendary, and there's no surprise anyway. Somebody's appointees, ministers, are said and confirmed to be performing, and you said it's not Tinubu that's performing. Then who is performing? Oh, likewise, did insecurity just start only under this government? Has somebody whose voice you played there not said the case of killings in their areas not started from 2014? Please help tell Mr. Darlington the case of insecurity in the land far predated this government, and even that of the previous one. Insecurity was even worse under PDP's administration put together. Have we soon forgotten there were times under PDP's government when bombs were flying about in Abuja incessantly? It's on record either the United Nations Organization or World Health Organization office was bombed under the nose and open eyes of ex-President Jonathan. Ask Darlington, did Jonathan eradicate the pervading and pervasive insecurity in the land then? Okay, this is from who? Okay, yeah, I think I've read your name.
Esther.
Engineer Moruf. All right, yeah?
Did we have this number of IDP from Benue under PDP? Did we have this excruciating food scarcity under PDP?
Esther Machiku, this turn-by-turn agreement Nigerians are talking about was reached by whole Nigerians or a particular political party or parties. ADC or any other political party for that matter can reach its own agreement. The onus is taking back power from APC no matter where else it goes. Otherwise, there won't be anybody inhabiting Nigeria after 2027. You guys don't be predicting doom, I beg. Tony Anele Ijagemo. Tony, I beg, because don't be putting fear in our mind, eh? We don't have anywhere to go now.
Esther,
let us keep
please, when people are saying their experience, listen to them. It's not about doom. Look at ordinary local government election. They are telling you that no other party is allowed to even put poster. Not to talk of campaign.
But I think one of the Labour Party went there to campaign. They beat them up.
Oh, really?
And yes, they beat them up.
Oh, you had it.
They beat them up.
Are you serious? And you now think that during the presidential election or governorship, they will now welcome them and accept them?
No, but I told you they've said it now that in 2027, anybody that is not voting for APC will collect.
Really?
They said it. They've said it.
Okay.
Good evening, Esther and Parasite Darlington. Esther, you get mine. Tell us, say you know charge phone. Esther, that's why you be comedian, but truly, you're really doing a good job. Please keep it up. Thank you very much, KJL. KJL, normal since that is it's. All right. Good evening, Esther. I'm just laughing for this country. What is coming for APC government? Esther, see whether now will be Atiku will go there. I see problem coming. When they see ADC have outsmarted them, they will use ethnicity to cause confusion so that they will get chance of rigging. Esther, Nigeria will become a mafia. Hey God, I know they read all this kind of message. I beg, don't be predicting doom for us because me, I don't have anywhere to go.
Esther, doom is here already. Doom is here under your nose. In Lagos, here you are. Look at what under local government election, local government. Look at what is going on. You are telling me that's not a problem enough, Abi? Look at what's going on here. Who is teleguiding this guy? Who is empowering them to be doing what they are doing?
Good evening, Esther Washkan Barrister Darlington. Why are Nigerians tearing their clothes on who will be the presidential candidate of the ADC? Before Atiku started the process of coalition, he met with Peter Obi. I want to tell Nigerians that Peter Obi is the presidential candidate of the ADC. All those things you guys are hearing about who is going to take the ticket is just a way to distract them. Oluchi from Akbakwa. Let us forget about all this talk of political parties for now, because without reliable referee, 2027 elections will be INEC. Political parties already there with the existing INEC. Let's talk about INEC. Chiedu from Ogun State. All right. You can't always be doing one thing and expect different results. You can't listen to the same barrister every evening, not hearing the same themes because he called the voice note you played nonsense. What is your name? Please tell us your name. Tell us your name, okay? Madam Esther, good evening. The coalition is a good idea, but let Atiku step down for Obi to rescue this country from this mess. Monday from Ejigbo. Good evening, VOP. The video clip Esther played has some insightful points. The Northerners seem determined to regain power by any means in 2027. Atiku's ambition appears to be far more than 4 years, so Peter Obi's offer to serve only 4 years seems questionable. The Southeasterners should be cautious, as the Northerners might be revealing their true intentions. I haven't seen the level of commitment expected from the coalition party ADC, which should have already settled on a candidate. After the 2023 election, where Peter Obi garnered 6 million votes, he should have focused on building momentum for 2027 instead of seeking alliances and offering to serve limited terms. Now it seems parties are hesitant to partner with him because of the glory in him. Regardless, but most of us comment his lack of political experience might explain his views. It's unrealistic to think anyone could be declared winner of the 2015 election without widespread support across the region. This is Mr. Ogumbi from Idimo. Mr. Ogumbi, well done. Barrister Darlington, a couple of people accused Peter Obi of not taking advantage of the momentum he gathered in 2023. That he told his supporters to relax. He wanted to follow a process, according to him, that helped him when he was a governor, but not forgetting that the process has changed now. According to some people, you don't get justice or whatever. But Barrister, a couple of people feel that Peter Obi was being careful because the Igbos were being targeted. They felt like because he emerged, he became a threat, and so his race or his tribe was now the focus of disdain and a lot of things. Do you think that his approach at relaxing and telling everyone to calm down, was it wrong? Was it not for the sanity of the nation?
Even with his peaceful nature, look at what people like Reno, Festus Kiyama and the rest, look at what they are doing to him. Because he's a very peaceful man. Esther, you want Peter Obi to be behaving like what they are doing in Lagos here. Tell his supporters in Anambra, except me, nobody should campaign in Anambra. If you see the person, maul him down. That is how to build on your successes, Abi. I said psychologically, they have made Nigerians to realize, to believe that except they use violence, they can't get what they want. Hey. Look at, this thing is going on now. Is it campaign or violence in Lagos State here? All the people that are criticizing themselves, they will not see all these things. So, Esther, none of them will condemn it. By the time they finish now, and the APC will now win all the seats, they say yes.
All right, Comrade Abraham says, good evening, VOP. I nearly busted into tears hearing that man's ordeal with terrorism, massacring of his family. We haven't had it this bad. While the government keeping silent to all these killings here and there in Nigeria, while we're watching as the planet is listening. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Esther, I believe if few people stop giving Reno Mokro relevance and publicity, by reading or playing whatever he said to the public, he will stop making further confounding statements. You can see that people don't even want to give him relevance anymore. They kept him on the same group with Shore, Bayo, Naniga, and all. Mr. T from Okota. Mr. T, I didn't play any whatever from Reno Mokro. No. If you heard me, I said I don't have time for Reno because it was a very lengthy one, so I didn't want to play that. Good evening. My name is AA from Akonwajo. Your guest and Peter Obi supporters are playing politics with human life. My question to them is, killing in Benue and other part of Nigeria started under President Tinubu. Your guest can only deceive himself and Obi supporters. Let them change. When Buhari was really no coalition, when it's Strong of Southerners, they started their evil coalition. All right, AA from Akonwajo. All right, AA, well done.
Is it not bad governance that started all this thing, for God's sake? Is it the same APC? I don't want to know Buhari or Tinubu. It's the same APC. We want to change that party. All
right, Abidin says, Barrister Darlington's analysis often appears disconnected and influenced by personal bias, particularly his apparent animosity towards Tinubu. This raises questions about his objectivity and convictions. Can you imagine? Good evening, Esther. It's better late than never. Our democracy just began 2 years ago. Errors of trying and error has gone. Level of participation is encouraging. Nobody should blame anyone who don't know how electioneering works. Some of them just voted for the first time. Who doesn't know Nigeria has gone beyond Southwest and Southeast? They need orientation, not fight. But my prayers are many that gather to take us back to era of insecurity, strike, and hopelessness. Hunger go answer them. All this barristers saying if care is not taken, I would tell Tinubu to go for third term. Obasanjo attempted it. Well, you can never tell. Okay, good evening, Esther. These are Benue people that Peter Obi wanted to visit in the IDP camps to give them hope, and Benue State Governor and his aide blocked him. Leo from Lagos. Esther, the soundbite you just played now, is that man from psychiatric hospital or what? Because it's not making a single sense. John from Ijaniki. Good evening, Esther. The only way to get out of our problem in Nigeria is to remove Tinubu in 2027. You people in the media house should please help to promote the coalition so that Nigerians will join it. The reason Peter Obi wants to rule for 4 years is that he wants to complete his period of 8 years led to the south, which Tinubu has started. How can I promote a coalition? No, we will balance it. Because like we said, every system has its anomaly. You call out the anomalies. You call out the inconsistency. If you want a change in government, then it has to be a clean slate. So why would we just say, I'm not campaigning for anybody. I will say it as the news is presenting it. What was that thing they say? Good evening, I'm Okeke Michael from Ikeja. Please, your barrister seems to be misleading and informing the listeners. Please don't have headache because of Tinubu. They asked you what the man said. Was it true? You dodged and always blaming Tinubu. Please always balance your analysis. You are creating problem for we the Igbos, and some will still heal you.
Who said?
When we're talking about the Minister of Interior. And the fact that he's one of the ministers that you can say is doing well, performing in his ability, like Choma explained. And then he was now saying that you are misleading, that they were asking you, and instead of you to have been objective, you are blaming Tinubu for what again?
Did I not mention that Tinubu is the commander-in-chief? Let him solve the insecurity problem. That is his...
Then secondly, what the man said, the man I played his soundbite, David, for what he said about the permutation of Peter Obi taking 4 years and instead of taking 8 years, and the fact that when it's time for the South, the North starts agitating and that it's better under Tinubu, something like that. That I asked you a question and instead of you to directly answer it...
Hold on.
That man.
Did I not answer you?
He's
hold on. You don't want to make noise. I am telling you that thing does not add up based on where we are now. There is no law that says whether you are performing or you are not performing.
Hello, good evening.
No
Hello?
Law.
Hello?
No law.
Hello? Fine, sir. How are you, sir? Can you hear him, Barrister? Can you hear him? Huh?
No, I can't. It's very
okay, he can't hear you.
Raise it. Yeah, we can hear you now, yeah.
Can you hear?
Okay.
All right.
You see, Nigerians people are just joking with their destiny. People talking about even that sample that you played. These are the highest level of psychopaths. And the demand they are promoting has no character of being a Democrat that they are always posted. So it's unfortunate. I think the best thing Nigerians can do for themselves is to forget about tribe or whatever, or religion or whatever, and work together to push Tinubu out. If Tinubu finds by hook or crook and gets back to that office again, Nigeria might still exist. Yeah, for Atiku, I still believe that Atiku has done it before in 2006 when he played against Tottenham. Let him show that patriotism again, that statesmanship. Let him allow a younger person to move forward.
All right, thank you so much for calling. Thank you. All right, Barrister, we need to wrap up. We have an ad coming up very soon. What's your final take?
Esther, my final take is this. They said if you are beaten by a snake, when you see the head of a lizard, will you still be waiting? Won't you run?
Okay.
You see this thing that happened in Lagos here. It has started with local government election. Esther, tomorrow, these same people that are talking anyhow now, they will come out and be looking for somebody to blame. Why would a Lagos be colonized by one man? Whatever he wants, he gets. Through violence, for the God's sake. Look at what a local government election. Nobody is allowed except Tinubu's APC. Is that democracy? Nigerians are negotiating. Is that democracy? You say I don't like Tinubu. Why would I like a man who behave in this manner, who want to collect everything and make democracy look like a mess? Is that what you call democracy?
Barrister Darlington, we've come to a wrap.
By Saturday, you see what will happen.
2 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the Evening Rush today. Obviously, tomorrow we'll be having also interesting, engaging conversations. Make sure that you join us. Most of our programs actually right here is to all of us to have a balanced purview of issues across Nigeria's social, economic, and political landscape. And the reason why we have these conversations is to keep ourselves abreast of what is happening in the country and make recommendations. You can never tell. They listen, and hopefully they'll make informed decisions from the complaints and reactions of you, the listeners, you, the audience, you, the Nigerians. My name is Esther Wachuku. Have an amazing evening. Bye for now.